What's up, fellow Gators? I just want to recap the game. Watching that UCF game, pretty sour way to end the season. Pretty disappointed like the rest of y'all. Emory Jones was just atrocious. I felt like I was watching Trayon Harris last night. Um, to be honest, I may have taken Trayon over that terrible display of football. 39% completion percentage was just an abomination. 29-17 final score. Just super disappointing. We made Gus Malzahn look like offensive genius last night, which he kind of is. So 9-4 UCF, 6-7 Gators finished the season on a sour note. Send a lot of those seniors, a lot of those guys that put a lot of time and effort into Florida, off the wrong way, which is really disappointing. I want to give a shout out to Damian Pierce. About 500 yards rushing on the season, and same thing for Davis, about 500 yards rushing. Those guys were solid backs for Florida. We should have run the ball a whole lot more. We did. I have no idea. God's green earth, why the hell we ran the ball like we did and threw the ball like we had Dan Marino playing quarterback. Just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that crap show is gone and up out of Gainesville finally. So uh, the Mullen era is over. It's officially the Billy Napier era. I think we're going to have some patience. There's going to be a lot of transfers. I'd say 25% of the roster is going to be turned over. Um, New guys coming in. The offensive line, looks like we just went to Walmart and pulled a bunch of rednecks, with a belly full of Sonny's barbecue last night playing offensive line. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. So, anyway, yeah, I think offensive line just needs to be completely revamped. A lot of low hanging fruit. Ethan White looks sloppy. Those guys were apparently out partying, drinking, smoking weed before the game. So just lack of focus, lack of discipline, ton of penalties last night. By the way, the referee, I don't know what it is. I think there is something out there. Florida is absolutely cursed, or somebody has paid the referees to sabotage Florida's games, especially the big games. It's like they come in and they're like, okay, you know, we got to toss this game the other team's way. We absolutely cannot stand Florida. I think it just feels that way when you're the fan of a team. It feels like every game that gets called, uh, the penalties don't go your way or something. I don't know, but I swear I'm not just saying this just because I've heard other Florida fans say it. I think it's a real thing. I don't know what they have against us, but somebody out there who's got some mucho dinero is paying off the referees because some of them calls were just absolutely ridiculous. The phantom punch that Tyrone Hopper threw, who by the way played an outstanding game, and I cannot wait to see next year. I think he's going to be an All-American MVP of the season next year on defense. Kid flies around like a pinball, making tackles, making arm tackles, and it's like he doesn't miss either. It's like most of the time you see a guy die for a tackle on our team on the Gators, it's an automatic whiff. Um, about 100%, 10 for 10. Not this kid. He's locked in. When he dives and he gets his hands on you, you're coming down. He takes you to the ground. So Tyrone Hopper is going to be one of the best linebackers to ever come through the University of Florida since Jared Davis. Uh, Defensive backs, they busted coverages. They hit a couple big plays. Making a podcast. Um, let's see, running backs. Uh, again, playing guys that shouldn't be playing. I hate to say it. As much as I love Damian Pierce, I think he deserved to play. He probably deserved 20 touches a game. But Davis, honestly, he was okay. He was really a good receiving running back, but as far as a pure running back, he just wasn't that great. Ever since that knee injury his freshman year, he wasn't the same. I thought the reason I'm really optimistic about next year is I think Demarcus Bowman and Lorenzo Lingard are finally going to get the opportunities that they deserved. They did an interview one time with Lorenzo Lingard, and he straight up said, and it didn't just come from him. There's been several players tweet this, that Mullen absolutely had a process of playing seniority over talent. He did not care. He did this at Mississippi State, and I get it. These guys at Mississippi State, they're developmental players. You're not getting 5 stars or top 100 players at Mississippi State, so they were developed, and I think that was his system. And at Florida, he would get some talent and some blue chip players, but perfect example that made it blatantly obvious that the reason he failed, and it was a loyalty to a fault until his own self destruction was Tyrone Hopper. Okay, Ventrell Miller, trash, not an SEC linebacker. Over pursuit, you know. I mean, he's a big hitter, but that was the only good quality he had. Um, Amari Burney, terrible player. Again, you know, and then Hopper gets on the field, and it's like, where's this guy been? Why is he riding the pine? He should have been playing all year long from day one. And, you know, that goes back to Grantham being trash, loyalty to a fault to staff, loyalty to players, you know, to his own detriment. It's just crazy to think what could have been if we had played DeMarcus Bowman, Trey Burke, the true freshman wide receiver, Dejon Reynolds, just all these guys. I think we're going to see an influx of freshmen starting and playing next year, and sophomores, a lot of young guys. I think you're going to see a complete roster turnover. I think the starting 22 is going to look completely different, 90%. I actually think Tyrone Hopper is your starter at linebacker next to Derek Wingo, possibly even a couple of true freshmen coming in and getting some playing time to spell those guys. I think defensive line's going to be nothing but young bodies, redshirt freshmen, sophomores. You have Jason Marshall. Man, if he could get Kyrie Elam to come back, I think our defense is going to be nasty next year. I really think we're going to be better on defense than we are on offense next year. I think there's going to be some growing pains on offense, but there's a lot there to like. There's, you know, the running back room is stout. I think we're set at running back. We got a good quarterback, Anthony Richardson. I think that's an upgrade over Emory. So I think the floor is 7 wins. I think 7 wins is the floor, actually. I don't think we'll win 10 games unless it's the bowl game. So I see 9 wins regular season as the ceiling, 10 with a bowl win, possibly a New Year's Six bowl. That's what I'm predicting this early on. We'll see how things go. We'll adjust that as spring ball gets here. We evaluate spring ball, you know, summer workouts and transfers coming in, player attrition, transfers going out, injuries, stuff like that. So we'll go over all that. But yeah, you know, I'm super excited. He runs a pro style offense, you know, a lot of two tight end sets, stuff like that. You know, one running back, power run game, you know, a lot of play action, stuff like that. So I really think it's going to be successful, though. I mean, it's just going to be he's 60-40, 60% run, 40% pass at Louisiana. But again, I think that was more due to lack of talent, lack of skill is a reason for that. I mean, Levi, his quarterback, you know, he's good for the league that they're in, being, you know, a smaller school, you know, a lowly ranked guy. But I think a lot of it was that. And Napier's even said he's not stubborn like Mullen. That's why I'm excited. He's actually talked about he's willing to adjust on the fly and reevaluate. He's constantly reevaluating and reassessing the way he does things, from recruiting to staffing to everything. So again, that game sucked last night. I feel for you guys. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. Jack Miller did come in. I think I talked about that already. 4-star quarterback. We got him. I did call that in the last podcast. I said we were getting him. I was right on that. I've been pretty lucky so far predicting this stuff on these little videos I've been doing. Again, you know, the videos are new, but I've been following Gator football forever. You know, since I was little, so I'm pretty plugged in. You know, I'm constantly talking to guys that are, you know a lot of people with the program, grads and stuff like that. Just people that know the program pretty well, and just some players. I know some recruits. Cottrell, 23 guy from Milton High School. He flipped to Georgia, which makes me sick. Local guys where I'm from, Milton, Milton Pace area. So that was pretty disappointing. I'm hoping Napier maybe get back in the fold with that kid. He's a stud. But anyway, guys, I hope y'all had a good Christmas. Hope y'all have a happy New Year. As soon as I get some more news out, I know we got that tight ends coach too. He's decent. He looks like he should be selling a Dell laptop somewhere. But anyways, he's got a good background. I think he's going to be a good coach. Plenty of experience. So that's 6 out of the 10 on-field assistants. On-field assistants have been hired. So we got 4 left. Who else did we get? We got Carey from USC, that wide receivers coach. And I think that's it so far. Again, few more weeks go by after the holidays, I think some names are going to start popping in. A lot of analysts have been hired, a lot of really nerdy looking analysts, but hey, whatever. Those guys, statistics, numbers are their game, so and that's all that matters as long as it leads to success in recruiting and wins on the field. So hope you have a good night, guys, and see y'all next time. Thank you.